Black Guy 650 Gaming here, and welcome back to PC Building Simulator. I was going to do Viscera cleanup detail, and I had a whole thing on standardized tests and shit, because that's what's going on right now in my school. But it's being a fucking pile of shit, and it won't run anymore, so... Okay. For some reason, something I said woke up Bixby, the pile of fucking shit. Okay, that time I just wanted to see if it would open again. I don't know what started that. Whatever. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna recreate my very first desktop. As best as I can, at least. Perhaps I should not click on the wrong thing. So yeah, in the last one of these, very first one, we built the Threadripper build, and then couldn't figure out why I kept blue screening. Apparently it was temperature. It might not be doing it anymore. And then I also just streamed on this game. What is this? Is this just an empty case? Yep, don't know why it's here. You might be able to use this for a case, so let me see what we've got. This one is based off of my current desktop. This one was supposed to be based off my current desktop. We did this in a live stream, but I couldn't, I probably still can't get, oh, now I can. I can get an operating system on it. It's also not plugged in anymore, but whatever. Can I get that back now? Thanks. I'll leave that over there. Let's see what we got. What would be a good representation of what my case was? This might be better. It was a very bland case. It had a very tiny window on it. It was one of the ones where there's like a... Let's see if there... I don't think there are any similar to it. No. So it was like... more solid. Nothing down here really. There was a fan and the thing there, and then a window. That was my first case. I think we'll go with one of these. What is this? It's an H440. Go one of these, but we'll do the solid black one because that's pretty close. S340, is that bigger or smaller than the 440? I think it's bigger, which makes no sense, but whatever. This one, big up. It was a very small mid tower that I had. This isn't exactly it. Mine was a thermal take, if I remember correctly. But let's go. Alright. Let's just take both side panels off. And there isn't even a CD drive in this game, so I can't put one in, as far as I know. Last I checked, there wasn't. Wouldn't be in there, wouldn't be there, wouldn't be there. Nope. Storage would be the only viable option. Unless maybe the ones... I don't know. Maybe the ones that actually have a slot for it would let you put it in. I don't know. Alright, so I gotta remember what everything was. I had an AMD 6350 was my first processor, but that's not an option, I don't think. Threadripper. Ryzen, these two have thermal paste on them. Ryzen, nope, okay. Okay, quad core. Okay, it was 6 core, 6 thread is what that one was. So I think Ryzen 5 1400. I think that'll be pretty close. 3.4. I don't remember what the 6350 was. We'll just assume that's pretty much it. Ryzen 5 quad core 1400. So we're gonna want a B350 motherboard then. Cool. Forgot I can't type that in because 3 is to do the cables. And there's only one option, so whatever. Shove that in there. I don't think they have the Ryzen APUs in here yet, which would allow for integrated graphics. I don't think that's something that's even close to being supported in the game yet. But originally, We had a graphics card lying around. It was an Asus. It shows stuff on here, but I don't think it'll work. Let's see. Nope. Okay. The hell's... Oh, it's got one of the fan things. Anyway, it was a 512 megabyte card, so not all that great. I think it only had one fan up front. We gotta recreate it as best we can. We'll go with the middle one. Alright, never mind. We won't do any of that because I have to take too much shiznit out. Okay, shove this back on there. Shove this back on there. Okay. Yeah, let's just get all this crap plugged in. Fine, plug it into this stupid ass fan hub. We'll use all of them. So we won't be able to recreate the... For fuck's sake. We won't be able to recreate the very first graphics card because technically it wasn't even mine. But I still have my first graphics card that I actually got. It was EVGA GT730. 2 gigabytes DDR3. So we'll be able to do something like that. It was 2 gigabytes, right? Yep. I still have the box and the card. Okay. So we got the motherboard in. Got Ryzen 5 1400 right here. Real simple cooler. Or not cooler, dumbass. Real simple processor, not much. Okay. Add 8 gigs of RAM. We want like real bland crap. This works. Yeah, 2 sticks of 4. It was obviously slower than that, but whatever. Slot 1, slot 2. Cool. Yes, that is actually a thing. I think I said that in the last one, but whatever. Shove that in there. Power supply was a 650 watt bronze EVGA. I was kind of overkill. Perfect. Well, close enough at least. I really hate this. This is really damn annoying. I mean, it looks all fancy and shit with the NZXT cover thing. This weird ass shroud here, but it's so freaking annoying. And at the time, I don't think SSDs were even remotely close to being popular. They may not have even been around. This was... Oof. How long has it been? I want to say 4 years. Something like that. Actually, I can probably check and see when I got my graphics card, but nah, I had the power supply before that. Whatever. Okay. Get the power. Get the power. For some reason that does not look right to me, but... Oh, I kinda... whatever. Oh. Never mind. We'll plug in the USB stuff now. We can't even not have a graphics card. Could you please? Thank you. Tools. We need thermal paste. It's kind of weird that there isn't a stock... what's it called? I don't remember. One of the stock... The Wraith. There isn't a Wraith cooler. There's a very similar one. May have been this one. That one that I just went past up there. Yeah, I think so. That's pretty much it. I don't know how these two compare. I would assume this one would be slightly better. This is like the stock Intel cooler. So I'm not thrilled about putting it on AMD, putting it on AMD. But it is what it is. We'll just have to deal with it. Okay. What did I have for hard drive space then? I want to say I started with a 500 gigabyte, but then I got a 1 terabyte in there. So We'll just do 1 terabyte. It doesn't make much of a difference anyway. Did you shove you onto there, and you probably this one. I don't know. Okay. And then graphics card. We need something very bland, boring, low end. Try to take up 1 slot. I don't think that's really an option. I mean, I think the Vega does take up 2 slots. Darn. I was kind of surprised that there isn't a thing. You know, thing. Boy. Titan. There isn't a Titan in here. Hold on, let me grab the box. Box for my first graphics card. I want to see if it says the clock on it. It's a little bit dusty. I don't think it does. That's annoying. I mean, it wasn't anything to gloat about, so not real surprised. This is filthy, actually. The 300 watt or greater power supply. Ooh. Interesting. Shove that back down there. Let me check on my phone. And is that all that's left? I think it is. Darn. GT 730. Isn't this? Nope. Plain damn GT 730. And it had a clock rate of... You are useless, thank you. Actually, wait. Maybe it wasn't. I know this is some riveting gameplay right now. Specifications. Oof. Okay. 902 megahertz. Is there anything that's even remotely close to 902 megahertz? I don't think there is. Anybody who knows graphics cards will probably be laughing right now. 902 megahertz, and that's if you're like, I don't know, that's not necessarily what you're gonna get. I don't think there's anything that comes even close to that. We might go with a 1030. I thought I saw one. If there's a 2 gigabyte version of the GTX 1030, 960. That's what I ended up having. I had 2 4 gigabyte 960s. Yeah, one of these, essentially that. Mine was gigabyte though. Or mine were 9, or yeah. Okay. Words. I don't really want to go to an AMD, but I mean, Core Clock 1000. Yeah, we'll go with the R9 280. I'll take up 2 slots, unfortunately. Oh, good. Clicked out of the game. Sorry about that. Accidentally clicked out of the game. Okay. Get those 2 slots. R9 280. Shove it up. You bastard. Okay, fine. Before I do anything, can I put this on? No, that's fucked forever. That's awesome. I'm so thrilled. And now that card is gone, of course. Why is everything just being so shitty? R9 280, you shove it on there. Why do you need extra power? You're barely even a graphics card. Why do you take up 2 slots? Whatever. Damn it, fucking work, okay? Thank you. Anyway, that is all. I need the fucking damn operating system. Shut up, take the operating system. Thank you. Power it on. Power... please? Please turn on? Oh, dumbass. Try power cable. Just a thought I had. I know it's kind of crazy and all, but whatever. Jackass. Yeah, my first motherboard did not have any LEDs on it. I had a fan that had blue LEDs, and it was loud. Actually, that may have been my second case. I believe it was. Yeah, sure, great. So we get 3D Mark on here. Yep. Gigabyte. Crack my fingers. Which does not cause arthritis, thank you. Alright, well, so that's doing that. Why don't we get this thing up and running? Because why not? We're here. It's got to do shit, so. And like I said, this one is based off of my current computer. So it's got Ryzen 1700, GTX 1070, two 1TB hard drives, and I believe an SSD. Maybe not. Yeah, there is an SSD. 120. Yep. And same exact RAM as well, which I thought was kind of cool. Get that thing turned on. That is awesome, and I really enjoy that. Okay, are you done yet? No, that's still going. If I click on it, I'm sure it'll close it as well. So why don't we get the rest of this case put back together? I wish I had a case like this when I started. Actually, you know what? No, not really. I'm not a huge fan of the NZXT cases. They're just sort of bleh, you know? Alright. And then get 3D Mark in here as well. And restart. Also Gigabyte. I almost got that motherboard. The motherboard that's in there, I almost actually got that one instead of the one I have now. And I wish I had. I wish I'd stuck with Gigabyte. But no, I switched to went to MSI. So 2258. I'm sure my original one actually would not have gotten something even that nice. Next time I do this, I'll probably do the next rendition, which at that point I got bigger aftermarket cooler. I eventually switched to an AMD 8350 processor, which is in my couch-based computer now. 16 gigabytes of 1866 megahertz RAM. GT740 graphics card, which is not much better than the 730, but whatever. It was GDDR5. It was my first DDR5 graphics card. Yeah. And hopefully at some point I'll be able to... Does that say 31 or 21? At some point hopefully I'll be able... 31. Jeez. At some point hopefully I'll be able to recreate my previous computer. I mean, they're all technically the same computer, but in different boxes with slightly different parts. Get SLI going. 5841. So from 2558 to most recent 5841. I should really run 3D Mark at some point. Maybe I'll do that after this. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, there you go. And like I said, this one's also based on my actual computer. I'm going to take the side off this time. I don't know what's going on with those fans. That's a little glitchy. There's also only one front fan. Interesting. There should be two. Some things are a little bit messed up on this. Oh well. Also, my current computer is water cooled. Anyway, that is going to do it for this video. That isn't. It sounds like I said isn't. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed it and you want to see more of it, go ahead and leave a like. If you didn't, don't leave a like. I'll see you in the next video.